we attack a small guy and then, no, you see, he doesn't have the mod link debuff. That's the important part. Like, if you're able to get the mod link debuff on the boss, then they instantly drop like that. You see what I kind of mean there? I'm gonna buff myself on armor here. But look at that. You see, just by doing that, like that side swiping technique, you're able to kill them much quicker when they're grouped up. Like, you see, all these guys being together, it's gonna be like, this is like, let's see this spray and pray technique again. Bam. You see how fast they all die? And now we got a lot of them here. Look at the Broodmother. Look how fast the Broodmother died there. You saw that? Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy, the Fice, back at it with another video. But if it's your first time here, definitely be sure to hit that subscribe button, leave a like, leave a comment, let me know what you guys think. Come join us on Discord. It's the best community ever. Come follow us on Twitch. That's where we stream live as well. We also stream live on YouTube. And last but not least, unfortunately, we don't have YouTube monetization. We don't get money from these videos. So if you wanted to support the channel, definitely look at the YouTube description below. We have a Patreon link, but most importantly, we have an Etsy storefront link. We have coffee mugs and t-shirts and more stuff on the way. So if you like what you're seeing here, definitely show that love and support, get something out of it, represent the Fice fam. Let's get into this content, guys. So what I'm going to be talking about here is the best tank slash DPS build you can do with the Devastator. I absolutely love this build. I'm having a lot of fun with it. And it also has some nice fun perks with it, which I'll discuss. And whether you want to swap them, you know, just because maybe you don't get as annoyed as I do, I just kind of wanted to show you some of the cool ways of how it could be a little more comfortable to play this class, especially like I'm not a fan of reloading, especially with submachine guns, so I try to mitigate that as much as possible. So it kind of caters to that aspect of it. Ever since I played Trickster, I had a lot of fun with, you know, not needing to basically do a reload because I had so many cool ways of getting out of it. This basically has that kind of aspect of it. It just depends on how well you play. Really, it's all about you. Like, even when I do bad runs, like, you know, it's like I don't reload as much. It helps. And it also helps with like this particular gun that we're going to be discussing, which is the Fatal Symbiont. The Fatal Symbiont does run through a lot of ammunition really quick, and if you don't kill something, then you're going to have to be dealing with reloads, and it all depends on how you play. I will be discussing some of the cool techniques you can do that are going to be really important when you're playing this build. So what we're going to do, first of all, is we're going to discuss the skills, then we're going to discuss the armory, and then we're gonna last but not least go into the class so you can see the talent tree points. So the first thing is, let's talk about the skills. So because we are doing Deathproof, guys, Deathproof, the 3-piece set, is in regards to reducing the cooldown of Boulder Dash and also giving 90% cooldown on it, and the firepower gets we got 15% armor from the firepower. Really awesome, especially when you're stacking a lot of defense for this, and it does make it really really friendly to do a lot of damage, but also be very tanky and protect yourself, which I do love. So we have to have the first piece as Boulder Dash. In regards to Deathproof, most of the pieces usually revolve around having the reflect bullets as like the secondary. I actually replaced those with Golem. I do like having Golem, and with the build we kind of go for most of the builds that I have run so far with Devastator, where I will do more guides. There's a secondary build that I did enjoy that I was using with Golem, where you can just basically upkeep it with the mods you put on the armory. So that's why we kind of did some modifications, and we decided with Deathproof to go with Golem. You can go with reflect bullets, but I didn't see any way of having sustain for it. So either like you would use it just to kind of like debuff, like buff yourself if you went into this talent tree really quick to get the extra increase on 45% weapon damage, but then you're basically just using it as a quick like buff for yourself to get the damage output. You can do that and then undisable it, but I didn't go for that type of technique. I actually wanted to have something that does a lot of damage reduction but can stay up for as long as it possibly can. So it's going to be 16 seconds, and you'll see the mod that will actually increase the the sustain on it, so you could actually stay longer in it. And then after that, we went into gravity leap. This is really just helping for traversing. It does also help for the last talent tree here on increasing the damage, but because we have golem, we could be spamming that as well to actually increase our weapon damage every time it is off cooldown, and so on and so forth. So let's get into the armory really quick. Actually, let's talk about, before we talk about anything with the armory, I'm just going to talk the weapons just to get out of the way, because I'm not going to do a revisit on it. It's just kind of like what we're using here is Fatal Symbiont. And the reason we're using Fatal Symbiont is because two reasons. One, it comes with armor piercing. And unlike the other classes in this game where we have like Trister would have twisted bullets, Pyromancer has its own thing, and Technomancer they have bullets where armor piercing doesn't really matter. It just kind of goes through the opponent's armor, the enemy's armor and stuff like that, so you don't need to worry about it. But particularly for Devastator, because he doesn't have any skills that are in that sense of that bullet behavior, we need to go into armor piercing. So, and we're also not stacking into anything that does vulnerability. So we need to have as much armor piercing as we possibly can to kind of help with that. So we kind of went for Fatal Symbiont. Any item that kind of does have armor piercing is a good potential option for him. But if you don't have armor piercing on your weapon, it's going to pose a problem on the damage output. So that's really the thing. And the other thing that's really going to carry us here when it comes to damage output, guys, is going to be the ultimate damage link mod. There's and I showed it kind of in the beginning of the video. I'll kind of show it also while I'm discussing here. But it's really the aspect of when you're basically side strafing and you're attacking enemies that, like small enemies, just to kind of trigger the mod damage link onto the big boss. If you do that and then you attack the big boss, and you just have to be mindful of the bars when it's kind of draining a little bit, when you do swap to him, they instantly die. It's a weird behavior with mod damage link, but basically if you don't have any enemies around the big boss, they are going to take a while to do damage on, and you're just going to be dealing with the damage output of your gun at that point with whatever buffs you have from the armor, converting to damage to firepower, and the spells that do for the talent tree to actually increase the firepower as well, which doesn't take a long time. But it's something I definitely wanted you to be mindful of, because I'm going to show you a full run, and I'm actually going to show you a full run specifically with flying creatures, because I think a lot of people when they do runs and they show demos and stuff, they don't do levels that have flying creatures, and those are really annoying. And also, just enemies in general that do a lot of ridiculous interrupts and stuff like beams and stuff like that kind of. So the level I'm going to show you, you're going to see how even when I'm not doing great, I'm able to do a lot of sustain and still continue to pump out a lot of damage, but also keep myself up and re-heal whenever I'm in like a weird, dangerous situation. So that's why we're using Fatal Symbiont. We have Dark Sacrifice to increase that damage output. We have armor piercing, and but last but not least, super importantly, we have the ultimate damage link mod, which is really nice. Now the next piece we kind of go for is the Voodoo Matchmaker. Now what this really is, the reason why I went for this is because the weapon life leech is really good, and it has the ultimate damage link mod. I also put Fortress on this to increase our not only our damage, but our resistance, and what is it called? Just our armor to just keep us having that survivability. So whenever our golem goes down on cooldown, we do have that capability of kind of staying alive and stuff. Now, The weapon life leech is really nice. I absolutely do love it, guys, with Fortress. If you did want to replace Fortress with something else, you can. It just helps with being a little more tankier, especially when you do Boulder Dash and all the other stuff to kind of like, you know, double our armor and stuff like that you're going to kind of see when we're doing the mods and discussions like that. But I definitely do love having Fortress in there as just kind of something like protecting myself when Golem is on cooldown, and you just have something there. But if you wanted to put like a freeze type of thing to help with the flying creatures, you can do that as well. Something that can kind of keep them in place so you can do damage. But put any weapon here that has a weapon life leech. That will really help you when it comes to having Golem off cooldown, so you can kind of protect yourself when it comes back up. That's something that I definitely did learn from playing Devastator that I think is just really important. I think it's really nice in general for any class to have something of that nature when you're trying to go crazy damage on something that doesn't have life leech, and maybe you're not able to kill them right away for whatever reason. So something important to be mindful of. The thing I did here is I actually put the freeze debuff on my pistol, so whenever I'm dealing with weird flying creatures, and there's only a few levels that really have flying creatures that are super annoying, and that's why I'm going to show this video. It's going to be a little bit longish because it's just killing those are super annoying, followed by, like, you know, other creatures that do interrupts while you're dealing with it. But I kind of put the freezing debuff on this gun. There could be a better gun that you can use here, but I only really, its purpose I used was really for like freezing, so on and so forth. But like I said, if you wanted to put something else, if you want to use a different gun that kind of has like maybe using Thunderbird because it does ultimate storm whip and then freezing, like that would be cool, but it doesn't have weapon life leech, and that's something I would look for. That's like really nice to kind of have. So it all depends on what your playstyle is. In my case, this is really good for tanking. This is like an insane gun for tanking. It's absolutely amazing just for the weapon life leech and Fortress with the ultimate mod damage link. You basically kill everything around you and you get more armor while you're doing it, while you're in defensive mode, because it still does decent damage. But you're also protecting yourself when you get it back up. And then this is when you're just doing full on DPS damage. So these are the items I kind of went for, and mods. The mods are really the important part. With this one having weapon life leech as the first important skill, and this having armor piercing, which is really important as the first skill. And obviously this has close range damage, which is absolutely amazing. And this has close range damage too, so that's why I like these particular items. And then if you can find a better gun to replace for it, do it. But put some type of debuff thing if you don't have any, or stopping debuff if you don't have anything for these to kind of handle like the flying creatures. Now going into the gear, I actually did a hybrid, and I used Deathproof chest on the first 3, and then after that I used Statue's feet at the end with Statue's head. Which is going to be another build I'll do in the future, guys, for set bonus active. But if we saw what the set bonus active is, reduces the cooldown of Boulder Dash from 90%, increases firepower 15% of armor. So let's go into the mods really quick. The mods that we did for the Statue's head is Tainted Blood, which increases the damage dealt to enemies afflicted by bleed by 25%. This really helps with Golem being active, because I actually spec'd into it to allow to give the bleed effect. And then we also did Perseverance for Golem, which increases the skill's duration by 100%. The next thing we did was Mitigation from Death. Killing enemies while aiming down sights grants 45,000 armor for 10 seconds, stacks up to 3 times. Now, you can use Mitigation to Death, and I think there is another mod for armor that is in the tier 2 list, but I just do like actually being able to do that from time to time. The swiping technique is going to be important when you're just trying to finish a boss off, but that is really good for, like, just in general for when you're just trying to mow down some people, and, you know, maybe you're just killing a lot of people that are around you just to build some armor. It just helps with the damage output. It's really awesome. So I do like having the sustain. And also I did primal armor, which boulder dash doubles your armor when the skill ends for 7 seconds. So right off the bat, just to give you an idea, if I do boulder armor 63k armor, I do boulder dash once, I get 127k. Our firepower goes to 241. I do it again, it stays at 127, but this actually increases a little bit, which is very interesting. This is just something I noticed. I don't know why, but it did a 297k again, which I absolutely like. Really enjoy just kind of seeing that stack little by little. So that is kind of the items here that we use in this case. For this, so, and this will also help with the armor increase when we're using boulder dash, so it's super important to scale that damage when we get the chance or whatever. So I do try to scope when I get the moment to actually do that. Now the next one is going to be the Deathproof leg armor, which we have boulder dash. Every enemy we do damage to that with this specific thing increases the weapon damage by 15% for 10 seconds, stacks up to 5 times. So if you hit 3 people, it's 15, 30, 45% damage increase. If you hit 5 people, oh man, I'm doing some math, 30, 45, 60, no wait, 15, 30, 60, 75% damage increase. It could be really tough to hit that, but you can do it back to back because the cooldown is so short. So you're gonna do 3 times the first time, second time but you know, it's not gonna be 10 seconds 100%, but you'll be able to get a good 75% damage increase, which is really nice when you start stacking in general just by doing the golem attack. And then after that, Golem of Death is really nice for keeping it up, like where basically every time you kill someone, and modeling damage will do that in general around you, like if you're focusing on a big boss, which I highly suggest do the technique that I kind of mentioned when you're trying to kill a big boss, where you kind of just swipe scope, you're not even zooming in on the scope, you're kind of just swiping, and it'll eventually, the mod link will go onto him and kill him. But if you are doing that for whatever reason and you are killing a bunch of people around you, it just, you'll look at the armor and you'll kind of see that the duration increases significantly. So if played correctly, you can have it up majority of the time, but there are going to be some runs where you kind of have to wait for the pillar to drop and there's going to be no enemies and then it's going to disappear. In those type of scenarios, you should be swapping over to Voodoo Matchmaker until it comes back up, because Fatal Symbiote will be draining your health to the 50% mark. Like whenever you're not in combat, just swap into that. You'll see in like the run, I actually forget to do that, but I'm voicing it that you should. Do what I do, not what I say, I guess. Because like I said, like this is also like I've been messing with this build. It's fairly new. It's fairly fun. I love it. I'm having a lot of fun with it, but I also wanted to kind of get the video out to kind of show you guys this. Then for Deathproof gauntlets, we did Death's Door, doubles the armor when your health drops below 35%. So you get a lot of armor just by doing that, like insane amounts of armor, especially like when you stack. There was one point when I was playing, I saw my armor go up to 1 million, which was insane. It was almost like Frieza in the Namek saga. It was crazy. And then we did personal space, because obviously we're trying to attack people close range. Grants you 25% bonus damage to close range weapons. And last but not least, we did Statue's Feet. Now, this is a personal preference, guys, when it comes to... I mean, I know a decent amount of this build is personal preference, but I did go Vampiric Mag because I actually get really annoyed of reloading and when you're in fight mode. So I prefer reducing the amount of time I gotta reload. So I used Vampiric Mag, so killing shots afflicted with bleed replenish 50% of the ammo. And it says over here we have Bleeding Impulse. When the skill is active, a radial impulse that includes bleed on the enemies within a 10 meter radius frequency is 2 seconds. So if you have this up all the time, you'll be able to replenish your ammunition when you're killing people left and right. I absolutely love this, guys. It is really nice to have. But like I said, that is just absolutely pure preference on what you want to do. If you want to have some more damage capabilities and you're okay with, you can swap vampiric mag with something else. But like having tainted blood for the damage increase is really nice. So that's kind of like what I would swap. I would swap probably the vampiric mag with maybe some firepower scoping stacking up to 3 times. Like there's a few mods out there on the tier 3 that you could actually do the swap for. We can go through them really quick. I don't want to take too much time on it though, but if I said mod, I could probably go to we already did tainted blood. We can do Captain Hunter. I don't think I have any of that right now on this build. Captain Hunter is not a bad choice if you wanted to kind of do a little more damage towards elites, because elites currently on the build are taking a long time to actually do things. Everything else kind of, I mean, flying creatures do get a little annoying because they're going to be far away. You can also do, what is the other one? I don't think I had... I would probably have to get the mod. Oh, here it is. I could do Sharp Eye, killing enemies down the sight. Grants firepower 16k for 20 seconds. Stacks up to 3 times. So 16, 32, 48, around 48k. Firepower, that's really nice. And then there was like another one that you can kind of go for here, which is also like Bloodlust. Killing shots increase your firepower by 17k. Stacks up to 3 times. And this one, the difference between this one and the other one is not only the 20 seconds, but it's the aiming down the sight part that matters. But you can do combinations of those if you did want to do those. I personally like doing the percentage base because it just, I like having that extra damage. Like percentage is not a flat statistic, so it can scale better. It has better potential for scaling, but those are really good options regardless, because now we're at the end game part. So yeah, that would kind of go with that for the most part. But they do change it, obviously, when you're leveling and stuff like that. So going on to the next items, since we kind of discussed what are the potential other ones that if you wanted to kind of replace this because you actually don't mind doing the reload aspect of it, we can start talking about the class talent tree, which the class talent tree I did kind of go a little bit different here. So I'll kind of voice some of the cool things that we do here in this case. Is obviously we're going to care about weapon damage and armor piercing because we don't have any unique bullets in that case. So now we're going to continue increasing close range damage, ammo piercing, weapon damage. Here is when it gets very interesting with the Boulder Dash Deathproof gear, because when we kill someone at close range, we actually get 20% of their armor transferred to us for 10 seconds, which is a really nice stacking thing. And also this extends the close range effectiveness up to 4 meters, so we get a farther range when we're killing people with the mod link damage, which is actually really nice. I absolutely love this. If I did have another talent point tree, I would try to go for this, but honestly, unless you're having some weird issues on staying alive with the weapon that I'm kind of giving you, I would, just go up to this talent tree, and then that would be pretty much it. After that, we say increase critical damage by 20%. I mean, the recoil could be a nice option or whatever, but I just like having like that crit damage just in case. It can be really nice to have that extra damage. After that, because like even with the sides, like this with the side scoping, this could be really nice. You know what I mean? Like I don't care on which one you choose here. I just went for this one, but 40% decrease on recoil is really nice when you are just side scoping or close range, whatever it is. So pick your poison here. This is perfectly fine. Then over here, I went to increase weapon damage. I did assault weapon damage to 20%. Then I went to close range damage increase here. Going out to bounty hunter because I wanted to do more damage to elites. obviously increasing the magazine size. I did do some weird experimentation with having this point instead of this point, but I just, with having 75 bullets versus 50 bullets, I prefer having the 75 bullets, especially when reloading, because it also increases 50% more ammo. I just felt like I should voice it, because I think a lot of people would be thinking like, hey, what if you did this and removed maybe potentially this? I just like having more ammo for the Symbiont, and also for the what is it called, the Voodoo Matchmaker. The less you can reload, the more survivability and stuff like that. Even though you have the reload, you have the refreshing 50% of the ammunition, you would get half of 75 bullets versus half of 50, which is only 25. So it kind of does contribute in a sense. Then we went to confrontation all the way up to this to do some more damage when we're using either our gravity leap or boulder dash. So that's pretty much it for the build. I just kind of wanted to go into detail. I wanted to talk about, obviously while I'm playing, guys, I'm gonna show a few things. I obviously showed a few runs in the beginning to kind of show like how fast you can actually kill a broodmother with this build if you kill it right, and how fast you can kill you know, just things in general when playing the build right. But you're gonna also see just a raw gameplay run of me doing it with flying creatures. Obviously it's gonna be a slowish run because yeah, I'm gonna play bad, but the real nice thing I do like is that I could show you how great I don't play and still how good the build is, because there's sometimes I have some amazing runs, and then there's some times where I'm like, you know what, I still did a run. You know, I still completed it perfectly fine because this build is just insanely overpowered and really good. So you guys, leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what type of mods you like to prefer. I always love hearing from you guys. And join the Discord if you want to be part of a positive community. A lot of chill people to hang out. Check out the streams. Come hang out with us. I love talking to people. That's like one of the main reasons why I do this. I love just getting to know more people. I got more cool content on the way. We're gonna have a lot of fun. Looking forward to doing some more guides of Outriders, and we're gonna eventually be doing some new games soon, because I definitely love doing new games with us. So check out the rest of the video, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace. All right, guys, so the only difference I did was I swapped the gun out. I'm using a gun that has String of Gods and Ultimate Storm Whip. The build is basically the same, but I wanted to do a run here so you guys can see what it's like with flying creatures, and what I kind of meant by the pistol, where we kind of use the pistol really specifically for them. Just because flying creatures in general are annoying. But yeah, I definitely do enjoy playing with this build. Even when we hit that 35% mark, our armor is going to be doubled, so it's going to be, we're going to be very tanky at that point. So here, good stuff. I'm gonna put this. I forgot to actually put the defense up. That was totally my bad. You see how long it takes for him? We're gonna try to get these guys over here to see if it helps. Nope, nothing yet. Gonna wait a little bit. There we go. You see, that drains it much better. That drains it much better. I'm tunnel visioning right now, and I'm not switching to my my weapon leech, which I should when I lose the armor, but now we have the armor, I could put it back. So my bad on that, guys. I was so fixated on wanting to show you the damage output that I just didn't care about my health. Because I care about showing you the video so you guys can understand what it means about like swapping the you know, basically the characters when you're doing damage to them, and just making sure that you're, you know, using that mod damage link, because it's so important. There we go. We're just going to kill these people left and right. Let's double our armor, because we definitely got a lot. Let's double it again. Let's see what we're at. We're at 491. That's not bad. I've gotten to 1,000,000 before. Especially when we're at the 35% mark with health. Because then that basically doubles it when we're at 35%. So 491 would have turned to 892. Oh, they're not dead yet. My bad. So sorry, guys. I really want to show you, like, I showed you already in the beginning of the video, but I kind of want to show you, you know, just a run with flying creatures and how annoying they could be, because this area has a lot of weird, annoying disrupts, but also just how Mod Link really does things and how weird it can be and so on and so forth. Now, a run with this level is going to be a little bit annoying because obviously we have to deal with the pillar and it slows down the run, but it's fine. And it's also going to make our, you know, armor go on cooldown. There we go. Yeah. He can die quicker than that. If we do it correctly. Yeah, he died. He died. No, don't you dare. I'm gonna just buff myself real quick. It's funny because I'm sure it probably looks... I'm gonna switch to Voodoo Matchmaker because it doesn't have the Dark Sacrifice for the health. And then we just wait it out a little bit. So, and also our armor is down now, so it's good to use this weapon because it has Fortress. We're just waiting it out. I don't know if the other gun has that. No, it has full ammunition. All right. Let's put our armor up. That guy's dying quick. That guy's dying quick. Time to put some armor up. Armor all. You see? Now that's an example of someone who hasn't been dying quick because they don't have the mod on them. This isn't bad, but it could be done better. He was going to hit me, so I just decided to use that attack. Yeah, it's just standard. Oh, I didn't have the I had the weapon life leech. That is totally my bad, guys. That I had Voodoo Matchmaker. I didn't realize. You see, totally me playing bad. Lol. I'm just gonna buff. I don't even care if we're at half health or not. There. There we go. Let's get some damage in. Just start swiping through them. They're all dying. It's all about that swiping. The swipe technique, baby. Swipe that credit card. I'm switching guns. And you can just keep doing this till you wait. I mean, we'll use the life one. It's fine. But if you just wanted to kind of get your buffs up, just keep doing this till it's time to attack. Because it does stack. The firepower does stack. It's at 319 at baseline without really any armor increase of the other stuff. And hitting targets makes it so much more. Let's see where we're at. Let's see what we're at. 649k firepower. I just like using that for traveling. But 617k, like, that's really good firepower damage right there. There. Kill him. He's dead. And I think we're kind of like, yeah. I'm just gonna wait with this loom weapon, this voodoo matchmaker.
There's a storm brewing. I need to hurry.
Yeah, until the match starts, I don't actually lose stuff. But if you look at our ammunition, oh yeah, you can see it because my camera's not blocking. Like, our ammunition was still pretty good just because of the vampire magazine, like, always refreshing. That's the one thing I definitely do love. The other thing I did change with this run, just a FYI, is I changed the class to use the recoil just to kind of test it out, and it's working out really well. I'm actually liking it. I like it way more, so it was good that I actually was kind of thinking about it a bit. I'm gonna try to see if I could do the mod damage link between those two to see if you can kill them quick. Usually I can kill at least one very quick. There. There. One, yep. The other body's blocking it, but we killed them quick. So I just love the damage output on this. It's just absolutely amazing. Once we deal with these flying creatures, let's see. I'm just trying to deal with them. Now I'm gonna swap back. That guy died really quick. I just like how these all are dying really fast. It's just annoying how... Oh, man. Yeah, we need to go swap back to healing now. Until we actually get our golem back, we wait it out. Yeah, you see? And it does no damage like that. Okay, we're going back. Come on, get him! Yeah, that's good enough. I can work with that. I can work with that. Oh, are we on? Yeah, we're on cooldown. This is actually bad news bears. I need to actually go to the voodoo matchmaker. I wasn't thinking. I'm putting it up. Swapping. We are taking care of the creatures, so that's good. When he hits, I try to do that. That's an example of just like a normal broodmother kill. I'm gonna wait it out the proper way. Well, actually I got String of Gauze, so I should be able to do decent damage. Yeah. It's just these guys in particular, super annoying. Remaining ones. I'll gladly deal with the pistol with them. But you see, their diving is what annoys me. Like, this. There. Here. Oh, I thought I was doing my animation. There, we got him. I think that was it. But that's not a bad run. Like, you kind of get an idea of what it's like. The recoil change is actually not bad. Because you could do, like, the side strafing and stuff like that.
There's a well here. Spewing anomaly energy. It's creating the storm. That's what's causing the vibration.
At least I know I haven't completely lost my mind. Now get out of there.
Access granted.
But yeah, it was a nice run for you guys to see it, and honestly, it could be done way better. But this is just an example of like what this run is capable of. So I hope you guys appreciate the content. So let's see. I mean, the damage output really doesn't matter because you're the only one doing damage, but yeah. But we get to see how much we heal a little bit. Yeah, you see, so the healing from the weapon leech is double. So it's not bad. We basically did 500,000 of healing. So pretty good. That's why I definitely do love the Voodoo Maker. But there were some times where I didn't swap it correctly. But I hope this gave you a good idea of like how awesome this build is. Definitely try it out for yourself. See what you guys think. You know, have a pistol on hand to just deal with the other ones. Like you could do freeze. You could do whatever. I did String of Gods and Ultimate Storm Whip. Something that just does damage to them quick because this is going to be very tanky and very good for the other enemies. Like 99% of the other enemies, or I should say 90% of the other enemies. And this one will do the same with pumping out more damage output. But when you get close to those enemies and like, you know, you're dealing with the birds that are up top, you need something that kind of pumps some damage with them. So that's why I kind of did Ultimate Storm Whip. You could do something with a combination of Ultimate Storm Whip and Claymore or something if you could find a weapon to do that. You could do something to freeze and then swap the weapon. Pick your poison. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you on the next one. Let me know what you guys want to see next. Peace. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Again, if this is your first time here and you're watching from YouTube, definitely be sure to hit that subscribe button. If you ever come to Twitch, definitely be sure to hit that follow button. Come join us on Discord. The link is below in the YouTube description. Also, last but not least, I want to say major shout outs to the sponsors. If you guys also wanted to financially support the stream, definitely be sure to check out that YouTube description below. There is a Patreon link. And if you can't support financially, don't worry guys, there's other ways you can actually show support. That's getting the word out, sharing the content, letting friends and loved ones know about this this channel. Tell them to come and hang out. Come join us on Discord. You will not regret it. It's the best community / family ever. It says it right there on the freaking board. Yo, thank you guys so much for hanging out. I love you guys so much, and I will catch you guys next time. Let me know in the comments below what you would like to see next, what you think about the video, and so on. I'll catch you guys next time. See ya.